Welcome, my wise and wonderful friends. Today, I'm sharing 8 powerful pieces of advice that nobody tells you about aging. Advice that could truly change your life. Some of these tips will surprise you, some may even challenge you, but I promise, every single one is worth hearing. Stick with me until the very end, because the last one, well, it might just be the key to living your happiest years. And don't forget to like, comment below with your favorite piece of advice, and hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. Reduce decision fatigue. Focus your energy. Have you ever noticed how drained you feel by the end of the day, even if you didn't do much physically? That's often because of something called decision fatigue. Believe it or not, the human brain only has a limited amount of decision-making energy each day. By the time you've picked out an outfit, decided what to eat for breakfast, and figured out whether you'll go to the store or not, you've already burned through a chunk of that mental fuel. It's no wonder so many of us feel overwhelmed by noon. Here's a trick I wish someone had told me earlier in life. Minimize the number of trivial decisions you make every day. Start with your wardrobe. Instead of having a closet full of clothes you barely wear, create a capsule wardrobe, a small collection of items that are versatile, comfortable, and easy to mix and match. For example, have 3 to 4 favorite outfits that you rotate regularly, ones that you know look good and feel great. This doesn't mean you can't ever wear something special, but simplifying your day-to-day choices can save you a surprising amount of energy. The same concept applies to meals. Do you find yourself staring at your fridge, wondering what to eat? Consider creating a simple meal plan that repeats every week. For example, every Monday could be soup night, Tuesday might be for chicken and vegetables, and Wednesday could be pasta night. Not only does this save your mental energy, but it also makes grocery shopping much easier. You know exactly what you'll need each week. Of course, you can mix things up once in a while, but the key is to take the guesswork out of the routine parts of your life. And don't stop there. Apply this principle to your home organization too. Ever spend ages looking for your keys or glasses? Designate specific places for these essential items. A small basket by the door for your keys, a tray on your nightstand. For your glasses, it seems simple, but these habits can cut down on frustration and keep your mind focused on more important things. Remember, the goal isn't to make your life boring. It's to free your mind for what truly brings you joy, like calling an old friend, exploring a new hobby, or simply enjoying the little things in life. 2. Stop relying on memory. Write everything down. Let me tell you something I used to be guilty of, trying to keep everything in my head. I told myself, if I don't remember this appointment or this grocery list, then something must be wrong with me. But you know what? That's not fair to ourselves. Our brains weren't built to hold on to 100 little details while also trying to process the world around us. That's not a sign of aging. It's a sign of being human. And there's a simple solution. Write it down. Think about it. How often have you walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in, or left the store only to remember 3 things you needed? By writing things down, you're not just creating a backup for your brain, you're also giving yourself the peace of mind that comes from knowing you've got everything covered. It's like giving your brain permission to relax, which is a gift in itself. Start with a small notebook, something that can easily fit in your bag or pocket. Write down things as soon as they come to mind. Your appointments, things you need from the store, questions you want to ask your doctor, or even a book recommendation from a friend. Don't rely on the idea that, oh, I'll remember that later. Because let's be honest, how often does that actually happen? And if you're someone who prefers technology, your phone can be a wonderful tool. Most phones these days have built-in reminder apps or note-taking features. Create lists for groceries, set alarms for pills, and even schedule alerts for events. My personal favorite is setting a morning reminders notification that includes a brief rundown of things I need to do that day. It's like having a little assistant in your pocket. But writing things down isn't just for tasks and appointments. Use it for thoughts and reflections too. Heard an interesting idea during a conversation? Write it down. Remembered a favorite. Story from your childhood? Write it down. Want to express gratitude for something that happened today? Write it down. Over time, you'll find that these notes not only keep you organized, but also create a treasure trove of memories and insights that you can look back on with joy. Trust me on this. Getting into the habit of writing things down can be life-changing. It clears the mental clutter, boosts your confidence, and makes life feel so much more manageable. And in those quiet moments, when you have your notes to look back on, you'll realize how rich and full your life really is. 3. Value silence. Turn off the noise. Have you ever noticed how loud the world has become? Everywhere you turn, there's noise. The TV blaring, phones pinging, and conversations swirling around you. It's like our minds never get a moment to rest. But as you get older, finding silence is no longer just a luxury. It's a necessity for your mental and emotional well-being. When was the last time you turned everything off? No television, no radio, no notifications, just silence. It might feel uncomfortable at first because we've been trained to fill every moment with sound. But trust me, those moments of quiet are where you'll find clarity and peace. Silence lets your thoughts settle like ripples in a pond. It creates space for you to truly listen, not to the world around you, but to yourself. In silence, you can hear your intuition, notice how your body feels, and reflect on what truly matters. Here's a simple practice to add to your day. Spend at least 10-15 minutes in intentional silence. This doesn't mean you have to meditate. If that's not your thing, just sit quietly with no distractions. You might find a comfortable chair by the window or sit outside in the garden listening to nature. And if silence feels strange at first, use it as a chance to focus on your breath. Deep breaths in and out can help you relax and center yourself. Another tip? Turn off background noise that you don't really notice but is always there, like the TV running while you're cooking or the radio playing in another room. Even low-level noise can be stressful to your brain without you realizing it. Instead, allow yourself to enjoy quiet moments. You'll be surprised how quickly you start to look forward to them. When you make silence a regular part of your day, you'll notice changes, not just in your stress levels, but in how much sharper your mind feels. You might even find solutions to problems that seemed impossible when your mind was full of noise. Silence isn't empty. It's full of wisdom, waiting for you to discover. For embrace strangers, build micro-connections. Now here's something nobody tells you. As you get older, some of your richest moments won't come from your closest friends or family. They'll come from strangers. Yes, strangers. Those little conversations with people you meet at the grocery store, on a walk, or even in a waiting room can have a powerful impact on your mood and sense of connection. These are what I call micro-connections. They're brief, they're light, but they're surprisingly meaningful. Think about the last time you chatted with someone you didn't know. A friendly smile from the cashier, a joke shared with someone at the post office, or even a quick hello to a neighbor passing by. How did it make you feel? Likely, it lifted your spirits, even if just for a moment. These connections remind us that we're part of a greater community, and they're a simple way to combat the loneliness that can creep in during our later years. But here's the key. You need to be open to these moments. Sometimes it means starting the conversation yourself, even if it's something as small as saying, "What a beautiful day we're having," or "Your scarf is lovely, where did you get it?" Little gestures like this can open the door to warm, human interactions. You might be wondering, what's the point if I may never see that person again? The answer is simple: connection. Our brains are wired to crave interaction, and even brief encounters can leave you feeling happier and more engaged with the world. These moments of kindness and shared humanity ripple outward more than you realize. A smile or kind word to someone else might inspire them to do the same for another person. It's a wonderful way to add a little light to the world. So next time you're out and about, don't be in a hurry to retreat back into your own bubble. Be present. Look for opportunities to connect, even if just for a moment. You might not remember every exchange, but the positive feelings they bring can stay with you for a long time. In fact, you may even make someone else's day without realizing it. And what could be more fulfilling than that? 5. Say no without guilt. Protect your time and energy. As we age, one of the hardest but most liberating lessons we can learn is how to say no without feeling guilty about it. For so much of our lives, we've been conditioned to be people pleasers. Whether it's family, friends, neighbors, or even strangers, there's always someone asking for our time, our energy, or our attention. And for many of us, the instinct is to say yes, sometimes out of obligation, sometimes out of habit. But let me tell you something. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you wise. Think of your time and energy as a bank account. Every time you say yes, you're withdrawing from that account. And if you're not careful, it can get overdrawn, leaving you feeling drained, resentful, and stretched too thin. The reality is, as you get older, your energy isn't infinite. It's precious. And you need to spend it on the things that truly matter, whether that's spending quality time with your grandchildren, tending to your garden, or simply relaxing with a good book. So how do you say no gracefully? Here's the key. You don't owe anyone a lengthy explanation. A simple kind, "I'm sorry, I can't commit to that right now," is all you need to say. You don't have to feel pressured to justify your reasons. People who truly care about you will understand. And for those who push or try to guilt you, well, that tells you everything you need to know about their priorities versus your well-being. Learning to say no also means prioritizing your mental and emotional health. That committee you don't feel like joining, that party you don't want to attend, or even the favor someone asks you to do, if it doesn't serve you or align with how you want to spend your time, it's okay to pass. And let me tell you, the relief you'll feel afterward is worth it. The freedom to choose what's right for you is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself in your later years. Remember, every time you say no to something that drains you're saying yes to something that replenishes you. Guard your time and energy fiercely, because you've earned the right to live these years on your terms. 6. Get rid of just in case. Declutter your life. Let me ask you a question. How much stuff in your home do you have just in case? Just in case you need that extra set of dishes. Just in case you fit into that old jacket again. Just in case a relative suddenly needs that bed you've stored in the garage for 10 years. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. It's time to let go of the just-in-case clutter. Because more often than not, it weighs us down far more than it serves us. Think about the energy it takes to keep track of all that stuff, not just physically, but mentally too. Every drawer that won't close, every closet packed to the brim, and every surface piled with odds and ends is a source of stress, even if you don't realize it. What if I told you that clearing out that clutter could make you feel lighter, freer, and more in control of your surroundings? Well, it can. Here's the rule I live by now. If I haven't used it in the last year, I probably don't need it. That bread maker collecting dust on the top shelf? Let it go. Those clothes that are 2 sizes too small? Bless someone else with them. The knickknacks that don't spark joy anymore? Donate them. Freeing up that physical space also clears your mental space. You can finally focus on what truly matters rather than worrying about what to do with all that stuff. Decluttering isn't just practical, it's deeply symbolic. By letting go of items from the past, you make room for the present. You give yourself the chance to live lighter, not bogged down by things that no longer serve a purpose. And it's not about giving everything away and living like a monk. It's about keeping what adds value and letting go of what doesn't. If you pick up an item and it doesn't bring you joy, then maybe it's time to say goodbye to it. Start small. Pick one drawer or one closet and go through it piece by piece. Each item you let go of is one less thing to manage and think about. Once you start, you'll notice how good it feels to reclaim your space and your life. And remember, the memories you hold on to aren't in the objects themselves. They're in your heart. Those don't ever need decluttering. 7. Redefine purpose. It's never too late to begin again. When we think of purpose, it's easy to tie it to our work or raising a family. But what happens when you retire or the kids are grown and living their own lives? Suddenly, you're left wondering, what now? Let me tell you something important. It's never too late to redefine your purpose. In fact, this stage of life is the perfect opportunity to figure out what truly lights you up. Here's the thing. Purpose doesn't have to be something big or grand. You don't need to save the world or start a business, unless you want to, of course. Purpose can be as simple as tending to a garden, mentoring younger people, volunteering, or learning a new skill. The key is to do something that makes you feel alive, something that gives your days meaning. Because when you wake up each morning excited about what's ahead, that's when you know you're living with purpose. Take some time to reflect on what brings you joy. Ask yourself, what do I love doing so much that I lose track of time? Or think about the causes you care about deeply. Maybe there's a local charity you'd love to support or a skill you can teach others. And if you don't know what your purpose is right now, don't worry. That's okay. Experiment. Try new things. Take a painting class, join a book club, or volunteer at the library. You might surprise yourself with what you discover. And here's the secret. Purpose isn't about productivity or achievement. It's about connection to yourself, to others, and to something bigger than yourself. When you find those little sparks of meaning in your day-to-day life, that's when you feel truly fulfilled. And trust me, it's never too late to begin again. Every morning is a fresh start to live intentionally and with purpose. 8. Invest in experiences, not possessions. Here's a truth I wish I'd embraced earlier in life. The things that truly make us rich aren't the things we own, but the experiences we live. When you look back on your life, you won't cherish the new couch you bought or the designer handbag in the closet. What you'll treasure are the memories of laughter with loved ones, of sunsets on the beach, of moments that took your breath away. So let's make this stage of life about creating experiences, not collecting more stuff. Think about it. What if you spent your resources on experiences instead of material things? Maybe it's that trip you've always dreamed of taking. Maybe it's as simple as planning a picnic in the park with your grandchildren, or treating yourself to a concert or show you've always wanted to see. These are the moments that bring joy and meaning to your life. They leave imprints on your heart that no physical object ever can. And you don't have to spend a fortune to create meaningful experiences. Some of the most cherished memories come from the simplest acts, like taking a walk with a friend, exploring a new local cafe, or even just sitting under the stars on a clear night. Experiences don't need to be extravagant. They need to be intentional. What matters is the time spent fully present in those moments. If you're holding back because of the cost, think of it this way. Possessions will always depreciate, but memories grow more precious over time. That dinner out with an old friend may cost you $50, but the joy and laughter you share will be priceless. So whenever you're tempted to buy another gadget or trinket, ask yourself, is this really going to make me happier? Or could I spend this on an experience I'll treasure for a lifetime? Life is short, and you deserve to live it richly by focusing on what truly matters. So go ahead, book that trip, take that class, or make that phone call to reconnect with someone. Invest in moments that make your heart sing. Trust me, you'll never regret it. If you found this video helpful, please like it, share it with a friend who might need to hear this, and subscribe to my channel for more wisdom. And don't forget to sign up for my Savvy Senior newsletter. It's packed with insights, tips, and inspiration to help you make the most of your golden years. Until next time, take care of yourself and cherish every moment.